In this video, we are going to be going over everything you need to know before you watch the FNCS Global Championship or any competitive event. Real quick, before we get into the video, if you could use my creator code M3PS, it would help me a lot. The first thing here is the points the player spectating has. This is the player's health and shield. This is the player's name and how many kills they have gotten. These are the weapon and items the player is carrying. The thing on the right is the player's materials such as wood, brick, and metal. The thing on the left is the total build the player can place with the amount of materials they have. This is the player's teammates' health and kills. The player count on the left is the total people in the match, and the player count on the right is the total teams in the match. I will go over a way to tell the amount of solos if you're playing duos later in the video. This gives information such as the year, region, and game of the tournament you're watching. This is Storm Surge, and if the player is how much the player is above or below. I will go over this later in the video. The thing on the left is the current storm wave / zone. The thing on the right is the amount of time until the storm is going to start pulling or it stops pulling. Storm Surge is a mechanic that has a purpose to make people fight in games more. If it is the current zone of any on-screen and there are that amount of players for that zone or more, then you will have to have dealt a certain amount of damage to players, or you will be struck with lightning that does 25 shield, then health. The Storm Surge will keep going until there are less players than the value for that zone. Storm Sickness is something else that is much more simple. It's simply if you take 500 damage from the zone, you will get a warning, and then at 600 damage, you will get 3 times the current damage per second the storm is doing. Now I will show you how to calculate the total solos in your match if you are playing duos. The first step is to double the total amount of teams in that lobby. Then subtract the total amount of players, and that gives you the total solos. In first place, I have Peterbot and Poyo, considering they're getting the medallion at the Wrapped and the Mythic Og uncommon, and they're getting the closest forecast tower. And second, I have Acorn and Cold, considering that they have a really big PY, and I think they can probably kill Andalex and Sato off spawn. Really good off spawn fighting team. That's why I have them in second. And third, I have Booga and Aviv because they have an entire PY and train station to themselves, which has a good amount of metal. And also, they just won the last duo cash cup. In third place, fourth place, I have Batman, Booga, and Rapid because they have Unconquered Gate and they've been doing really good this chapter. In fifth place, I have Agers and Rise because they have a pretty good split, and I don't know, I just feel good about them. In sixth, I have Kanata and Cooper because they have Uncon Nitrodrome and they seem pretty confident landing there. Seventh place, I got Clix and Nino. This is just entirely because if they fight for the forecast tower, it seems like they're going to lose against Peterbot. In eighth, I have the Release Boys, Cal Gamer and his duo. I just gotta share some love to them. Any small region. Ninth place, I got Epic Will and Muzz because they have Doomstat. They're splitting it with Freedom Ritual, and they might be getting Shotgun. In 10th place, I have Paper and Victory because they have a really good drop that I personally drop it a lot, and it has a ton of metal, and it has basically a 75% chance bunker every single game, so it's going to come from a ton. If you like this video, it would really help me if you would subscribe or like the video, and I'm going to try to upload like once a week for 2 months, and then go from there. See you all next time.